Objectives MCQs of all chapters class 10th biology. Biology class 10th the chapters the bakio gases exchange the homeostasis the coordination and control support and movement reproduction inheritance man and his environment biotechnology pharmacology the haryo bazana MCQs. The correct order of the structure involved in the flow of air in the human body is pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchiole. Food is prevented from entering into the larynx by epiglottis. Oxygen from the lungs enter into the blood due to diffusion. Which part of the air passageway is also called the wind pipe trachea? In which disease or the walls of the alveoli are broken? Emphysema. The diagram is played, the ribs move out. This occurs during inspiration. The chest cavity is separated from the abdominal cavity by a muscle called diaphragm. Respiration at cellular level is also known as exhalation. High fever, cold, and cough with sputum production are symptoms of pneumonia. Chemotherapy is a treatment of lung cancer. Organisms have the ability to change and modify their internal condition according to the environment through all of these. All of the following are the adaptation of xerophytes except a large number of stomata. The loss of water from the plants in the form of small droplet is known as a guttation. Pram and effran waste enter into the collecting tubule. The tube between the kidney and urinary bladder is the ureter. Waste product excreted by the kidney are urea, water, and salts. Secretion of urea in sweat makes skin a excretory organ. The two main functions of a sweat are to remove waste product and to cool the body, which is not present in the filtrate entering the Bowman capsule of an nephron blood cells. Liver also plays a role in the excretion. It makes urea from ammonia. Insulin is a hormone and is secreted by pancreas. One of the following is a muscular layer of the eyeball, sclera. The part of neuron that carries the signals away from the cell body, axon. One of the following is responsible for the detection of changes in the environment, receptor. Which of the following is true about the cerebral cortex? It is the folded outer covering of the brain. Light rays focus behind the retina instead of focusing on the surface of the retina. This condition is known as hypermetropia. Microscopic gap between the neuron endings are synapses. The largest part of the brain is a cerebrum. Intelligence is under the control of a cerebrum. Mixed neurons are made up of dendrites of sensory neuron and axon of motor neuron. The part of the brain which you use in recalling your memories is the limbic system. Which of these act as exocrine as well as endocrine gland? Pancreas. In the inner ear, vibration made pressure waves in the fluid of cochlea. Which of these is a part of the appendicular skeleton? Pectoral girdle. The joints between the skull bones are an example of immobile joints. Which type of joint is present between the vertebrae? Slightly movable joint. Which of the following is not part of the axial skeleton? Leg bones. Bones are stronger than cartilage due to the presence of calcium phosphate. The main protein in the matrix of cartilage is collagen. Which connective tissue attaches two bones at a joint ligaments. In which disease do the bones become weak and brittle? Osteoporosis. The point where the muscles attaches to the fixed bone is called insertion. Arthritis is defined as an inflammation in joints. One of the following is not true for asexual reproduction, genetic variation. A hydra produces asexually by budding. One of the following methods is artificial vegetative propagation of plants, grafting. In parthenogenesis, a new animal develops from an unfertilized egg. In a flower, the embryo sac is formed inside the ovule. The union of male and female gamete is known as fertilization. All multicellular animals develop from a single cell called zygote. Which of the following restore diploid number of chromosome? Fertilization. In which of the following animals does external fertilization occur? Fish and amphibians. Internal fertilization occurs in mammals. Genes are short segments of DNA. The various forms of a gene responsible for the same trait are called allele. Natural selection operates to produce changes in a population. How many different types of gamete will produce by a plant having a genotype capital A small a capital B small b? No, 4. Speciation is the evolutionary process by which a new gene pool is formed. Phenotype is the expression of genetic makeup. The round structure formed when DNA coils around the histone protein nucleosome. An allele which completely masks the effect of other allele in a heterozygote no dominant. The central dogma is best represented by DNA via messenger RNA via protein. Type of dominance pattern followed by IAIB allele of the human blood group system, the codominance. What are the possible genotypes of the parents of homozygous recessive individual? Nodama homozygous recessive. Energy flow through an ecosystem is always unidirectional. The largest reservoir of nitrogen on our planet is the atmosphere. Overgrazing results in soil erosion. The 3 R's responsible for a better environment are reduce, reuse, recycle. A food web consists of interlocking food chains. Predation helps to maintain balance in ecology. An ecological pyramid refers to the all of the above. When the oxides of nitrogen and sulfur interacts with water vapor, then the acids produced are sulfuric acid and nitric acid. The process in which nitrates and nitrites are reduced to nitrogen gas by bacteria is denitrification. The relationship between rhizobium bacteria and leguminous plants is an example of mutualism. The enzymes which are used to cut the DNA in specified sequence is the endonuclease. The DNA molecule in which the gene of interest is inserted for carrying to the target DNA is a vector DNA. Endonuclease is used in genetic engineering or naturally present in bacterial cells. Fermenter is a machine which is basically used for making the condition optimum. Lactobacillus bulgaricus is a type of bacteria in the production of yogurt. In a technique for genetic engineering, rDNA stands for recombinant DNA. Interferons are chemical which are used to kill viruses, which is a molecule containing DNA from two different organisms, recombinant DNA. What term is used for inserting a healthy gene into a person who has a defective gene? Gene therapy. Which of these can be used as a vector for inserting a gene into bacteria? Plasmid. Any substance that is used to modify the physiological systems for the benefit of the recipient is drugs. Oral drugs are absorbed in the blood and are first taken to the liver. Any preparation intended to produce immunity to a disease by stimulating the production of antibodies is a vaccine. Drugs that calm patients down, easing agitation, and permitting sleep is termed as a sedative. There are two types of narcotic drugs, opiates and synthetic. Which one of the following is a synthetic drug? No, methadone. The uncontrollable desire for drugs is known as addiction. All of the following are classes of antibiotics except morphine. Which of these is the source of narcotics, opium plants? Vaccines can be administered through all of these. Cephalosporins are derived from fungus.